friends, we got something fun today. We are gonna make an asparagus mushroom stir fry. And first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take about half, that's more than half. Well, we're gonna take not the whole thing of asparagus that was in the stack, because I made this last night to see if it was good. Turns out it is. And when I, oh boy, don't cut like this, kids. When I, okay, we're gonna, goodness. I'm just not gonna use those bits. They looked bad anyway. When I went to the store to grab my asparagus last night, there was only like half a pound of asparagus left in the entire store, which was just very sad, and the recipe calls for a pound. So I only used half of my mushrooms. So I have, today, when I'm making it again, I have a whole pound of asparagus, half a pound of mushrooms, which means I need to come up with something else to do with the rest of my asparagus. So if you have ideas, let me know. But, so we're gonna chop our asparagus up into little 2-inch or so, basically bite-size slices here. And got a fat pile of asparagus. Next thing that we're going to do is we are going to take a couple of scallions and we're going to chop them in basically the same way. Oops, that kind of fell apart. Just kind of going across the grain here. These we're going to chop up a lot smaller because these are just kind of garnish that we're going to throw on at the end. So, yeah, lots of green stuff in this meal here, which is pretty cool. And if I have any friends who are culinary experts who want to call me out on my knife technique, please do. Because it's been a while since I worked in the kitchen, and I'm not positive that I remember if I'm doing it right. I think I am, but it's been since like, I don't know, 2013? 6 years ago? How about that, huh? 2013, 6 years ago? That is crazy to me. Time is flying right on by. Get one more scallion out of here. That guy over just a smidge. And we'll go ahead and chop up our other guy. One of these days, I think it'd be fun to learn to chop as fast as the, the Food Network channel people do. But the problem there is that I value having fingers, and I don't trust my ability to protect myself if I'm chopping super fast. Alright. Will work for now. We have a pile of scallions. I'm not chopping that. We have a pile of asparagus. Normally I like to chop my own mushrooms. That obviously, they were literally out of the kind of mushrooms it called for. So I have a gourmet blend of mushrooms here, which is going to work just fine and dandy. Saves us having to slice them all, which I guess is nice. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to hop on over here to the stove. Bam. And set you there for a second. We're going to get some vegetable oil. And we are going to pour 1 tablespoon of oil into this pan here. And you'll notice when I pour that it does not spread evenly throughout the pan because all of our burners are on an angle. It is a real pain no matter what you're trying to cook. So we're gonna flip that over to high, let it start to heat up, and eventually it should start to smoke, which is when we're gonna start tossing stuff in there. But until then, we are gonna hop right back over here to our countertop here. Bam. And we're gonna make some space for, oh no, our sauce. This is the most important part of stir fry, I would argue. And our sauce is going to look like this. We first are going to take 1 tablespoon soy sauce. I don't know if they make all bottles really difficult to pour out of, but this guy is like literally 1 drop at a time. Real pain. Anywho, there's our 1 tablespoon soy. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons water. And we're going to add another tablespoon of sherry cooking wine. Bam. And next thing we're going to add is a teaspoon of ginger. The recipe calls for freshly ground ginger, but I couldn't find it at the store, and I also don't have a cheese grater. So no freshly ground ginger for me. We will just instead get, oh my god, it smells so good. We got some powdered, super finely ground ginger. And actually it's 2 tablespoons, not 1. So there's 1, almost, something like that. It's tough with this powdered stuff. And then we got 2, bam, right in there. Next thing we're gonna add is some brown sugar. Gotta have a little sweetness with all that umami taste happening in there right now. So there's like 1.5, and there's, we'll make that a little smaller. There's something like 2, and last but not least, we're gonna add some sesame oil. Alright, and I don't remember how much it called for, so we're gonna do, oh yeah, a teaspoon actually looks pretty right. Alright, that's going in the sink. We're gonna wash it later. Next up, we are gonna go ahead and grab a spoon, and, or actually, there's a whisk right here in our clean dishes pile. How about that? We're gonna whisk that bad boy up. Make sure all of our solid stuff is dissolved, which it looks like it already is. Fantastic. We got just a nice kind of brown sauce there. Looking at our oil over here, and it's getting there. I'll show you real quick. Whee! It's a sad looking little puddle. It might be hard to see the smoke. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. But there's also no smoke to see right now, so it's okay. But we're gonna go ahead and plop ourselves, let's see if we can get our tripod adjusted. We're gonna plop ourselves right there. And now it's just a waiting game until this oil starts to smoke. While we're waiting, I'm gonna pull the rest of our ingredients over. So that is our asparagus, that is our sauce, and that is our mushrooms. Alrighty. Now, next thing that I'm gonna do is try and find a spatula. And I found it. Alright. Working hard. Normally I like to use rubber spatulas for almost everything culinary. I haven't been able to find where our rubber spatulas went to recently, so if you're watching and you know where my rubber spatulas are, please feel free to let me know. But now it is just a waiting game. Well, actually, that might be starting to smoke a little bit. How about that? So what we're gonna do, I know it doesn't look like it's smoking, it is, I promise. We are gonna go ahead here. We are gonna take our asparagus And we're just gonna shove it right in there. You're gonna hear some beautiful sizzling sounds. We're also gonna go ahead and take our mushrooms and dump them in. And this is just gonna, oh yeah. We're gonna have this in here just like this for maybe a minute or two. Just long enough for our asparagus to start to get brown on the outside. Really, we're just kind of, what are we just kind of? I don't know. I don't know where that thought was going. I hope you had fun listening to it. But we're not going to stir too much. Really just kind of letting stuff soak in the oil and the juices. And boy, howdy, does it smell good. I wish you guys could smell this. That is delicious. What kind of spatula is your favorite? Do you like rubber spatulas like me? Do you like plastic ones like this? I personally am not a fan of this, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, as they say. So I guess in this instance, doing what I gotta do. So we are getting there. It's gonna be just a couple of minutes. Woo, there we go. I don't know if you can really see very well, but there's some really nice charring on the underside of some of those pieces of asparagus I just flipped over. Make sure it's staying right in the middle of the pan there. Super simple recipe. This is really easy to make. You can make this. If I can make it, you can make it. I have not a lot of cooking experience, and I can do this pretty well. So I feel like you, dear listener, can do this too. I'm gonna swirl this around one more time here, make sure everything's getting sort of evenly coated, evenly charred, at least as much as we can get it even. We only got about a minute to go, maybe a little bit more. It's looking very, very good. We're going to flip it around one more time. Really get a good look at everything. Make sure everything is looking fantastic. Which I think I can say it is. Alright. Next part is the fun part. We are really just kind of looking. In addition to how the asparagus is looking, we're also looking at how much oil is left here. So if all the oil is burned off, which it basically looks like it is, then we are ready to do our next step, which is we're going to take our sauce we made earlier and dump it in. And we are going to get some beautiful sizzling. We're going to stir this around. Really make sure everything gets coated. Oh my God, it smells so good. And once again, what we're looking for, in addition to how the vegetables themselves look, we're really just looking for all of that liquid to burn off completely. And we are basically there. Only takes a minute or two when the pan is as hot as it is. So, yeah, I think that is looking pretty good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab another bowl. And we're just going to plop this guy right in here. Bam. And put that knot on a hot burner. Turn the oven off. We are going to dump our scallions right on in there. And that, my friends, is one. I guess maybe it looks a little less cool just in a pile like that, but it tastes good, I promise. There it is. Make it yourself. If you want the recipe, I'll put it somewhere you can find it. Donate to my Movember campaign. Thanks for watching.